President John Dramani Mahama has announced a ban on non-essential travel for government appointees, emphasizing his administration's commitment to modesty and prudent resource management. He made this declaration during the swearing-in ceremony of 17 newly appointed ministers. Our presidential correspondent, Akusia Ochre, has the details.
Speaking at the swearing-in ceremony of 17 ministers, President John Mahama stressed the need for fiscal discipline and cautioned against arrogance and extravagance to curb unnecessary spending. The president announced a ban on non-essential travel, directing the chief of staff to formally communicate the ban to all appointees.
I have imposed a ban on non-essential travel forthwith to cut down expenditure. Any travel that is deemed essential and necessary must be cleared first with the Office of the Chief of Staff, and such travels will have to be undertaken in modesty, no first class. Also, all traces of affluence and lavish lifestyle are to be avoided. The people of Ghana are enduring difficult times occasioned by hardships resulting from the economic mismanagement of the last 8 years. And ours is to work to lift them out of this hole.
Meanwhile, he indicated that a code of conduct which has been drafted will be provided to all his appointees.
Let me take this opportunity to remind you all that in the coming days, as promised in our 120-day plan, I'll be outdooring a code of conduct and standards for all government officials to guide the conduct of all our appointees. This will leave you no doubt about what you can do and what you cannot do while serving in public office. You must make this code of conduct your guide and keep it like a Bible by your bedside before you take any action.
Some of the newly sworn-in ministers indicated that the move by the president on the ban on non-essential travels is in order.
It's not a ban. I think it's restrictive travel, that only critical travel. So if sports demands that you have to travel, that's critical travel. If you have to, you have to. You have to engage with the federations, you have to engage with the embassies both here and out to be able to draw in support for your country. So if it's critical and it's necessary, you would have to travel.
I'm sure in the fullness of time, the president will come up with a mechanism to assess compliance with the rules and regulations that he has laid down through the code of conduct standards. Of course, I think that the president has a way of this. You know that the way that the presidency works, he has vast power. He has vast resources at his disposal. There are always ways that the president uses to obtain information on happenings in the country. So I'm not sure that an appointee can go contrary to these rules and go scot-free.
Earlier in January, the president swore in 25 ministers. Well, that included 8 regional ministers, 16 sector ministers, and 1 minister of state. Well, today he has sworn in additional 17 ministers. These included 8 regional ministers, 7 sector ministers, and 2 ministers of state. Well, these numbers sum up to 42 ministers that he has sworn in so far. Well, he has appealed to Parliament to begin the vetting of the 13 remaining ministers that he has submitted to Parliament for vetting and subsequent approval. Reporting from the presidency for ChannelOne News, Akusia Ochre.